Your girl is back. Your girl just had a baby. So I've been relaxing, getting acquainted, but I'm back. And I want to do my review on season 7, episode 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to combine all the episodes for Real Housewives of Potomac. And I'll make this quick because I got to Target, a grocery store, and I need to hurry up. So I took some notes. So first, I want to talk about Candace freezing her eggs. I'm excited for her. I'm happy that she wants to have a baby, her and Chris. Hopefully everything goes well. Right now, you know, she's working on a career. She wants to freeze her eggs. So maybe by the end of the year, she will, you know, decide on whether or not she wants to have a baby. So I'm excited for her. Mia moved to Potomac. Okay, Mia moved to Potomac. Down the street from Karen. The house is beautiful. I love the house. She did some renovations on the rental property. I mean, I guess if that's what she wants to do, but it looked really nice. I guess the $65,000 was worth it. Mia discussing her cancer scare. I feel like the ladies are being a little hard on her, i.e., I'm sorry, Giselle and Robin. You know, everybody felt the same way, but nobody brought it to her attention. Nobody was willing to say it to her face, because when you talk about, like you said, the big C word, if Mia is lying, that's on Mia. I don't see why she would play with something like that. But who is Robin and Giselle to go to her and say, well, I think you lying about your cancer and all of that? That's not your place to say that to her. If she's lying, then it makes her look crazy. Just let her look crazy. Wendy said, yeah, I know she lying, but I'm not going to say it to her. And I agree with Wendy. People can call Wendy fake for that. I don't think Wendy is fake for that. I agree with Wendy. I'm not going to say that to your face, because honestly, nobody really truly knows. She may have it, may not, but just take her word for it. Ashley's divorced. Ashley is in a situation to where she has been married to Michael, I think she said 8 years, and then after 5 years, her prenup, she will get half of Michael's money. She's divorcing Michael. She said after 5 years, she gets half of his money. Now, do I believe Michael tells Ashley all of the money that he's made or all the money that he has? No, I do not. So Ashley believes she's going to get a nice amount of money, which she probably will. I believe Ashley has a lot of money saved. Ashley has lived in that penthouse with Michael in Arlington, or what is it, Alexandria? I don't know. Since season 1. Ashley wasn't paying no bills in it, so Ashley got money. Ashley got enough money to take care of her and the boys. I think Ashley's just scared that she's going to be missing out on that lifestyle. Because with Michael, I don't believe Ashley had to pay for anything. So now it's like, oh, she's going to be using her money to pay for everything. That's what I think the issue is. I think Giselle needs to mind her business. Robin needs to mind her business. I'm not going to tell Karen to mind her business. That's my girl, Karen. I like Karen. But the reason why I'm saying Giselle and Robin needs to mind their business is because, first of all, Ashley was correct, and I agree with Ashley when she says my divorce from Michael is not the same as your divorce from Juan and Jamal, Pastor Jamal. It's not the same, because the way you divorced them, it was, you know, you guys didn't have a good divorce. It was infidelity involved. And she said, my husband didn't have children on me. I think she was talking to Giselle. So I don't have the same venom towards Michael that you guys had towards your husbands when you divorced him. And I agree with that 100%. If Michael wants to buy Ashley a house in an LLC, that's right. And Sharice agrees. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But I'm pretty sure Ashley is not broke. She will be just fine. And Giselle's like, no, once you divorce somebody, why would you buy a house with him? Why would you buy a house with somebody you divorcing? A divorce is final. Apparently not. You got back with Jamal. I don't care if it was 100 years later. You got back with Jamal. It's not final. And Robin got back with Juan and still lives with Juan to this day. Was not in a relationship with Juan when she was going off on Ashley. I think that was season 2. What is the issue? She said that works for her. Yes, me and Juan not together. Yes, we sleep in the same bed. Yes, he could date other people. You wanted Ashley to leave you alone, so leave her alone. It works for her. Just like divorcing Juan, which is not and you got back with him, which is not final. Like y'all said, that's not final. If you got back with him, Ashley said, okay, you're talking about the legal. That's the legal aspect of it, is the paper. And I agree with Ashley 100%. It looks crazy, yes, but that works for her. That works for her and Michael. Just like being in the same house with Juan, for whatever your reasoning is, which you said is for the kids. And little black boys need their dad. That's the way you justified living with Juan, sleeping in the same bed with him, and sleeping with him, but he can still see other people. Your words, not mine. And it worked for you. So leave Ashley alone. I just think Ashley's going to miss the lifestyle. I think Giselle needs to mind her business, because you got back with Jamal. You said that's 15 years later. So what? You were still willing to get back with him. That's not final. I don't care what happened in between. Final is over. Final. We're not getting back together ever. I don't care. But you was with, whether it was for a show, which I don't think it was for the show. And a lot of people say, oh, she got back and forth. So no, she didn't. Giselle really wanted to get back with Jamal. I don't care what nobody say. She really wanted to get back with Jamal. And I really believe that she did not know Jamal was with another lady. Or if she did, she thought Jamal would pick her over the other lady. So you got back with him. So it's not final. So leave Ashley alone. Leave Ashley and his divorce alone. Ashley will be just fine, okay? Robin and his prenup. Robin. How you doing, Robin? Robin, don't try to go in on Juan, okay? You lost that man all that man money, okay? And then talking to you want a prenup, which is fine, because he made you sign a prenup. I agree. You signed a prenup with him, okay? It's more than it's right for him to sign a prenup with you. Now, what I don't agree with is you saying, oh, well, I don't believe you deserve half. Robin, if you wasn't making no money, Robin, the only way I would agree with that statement is if when you say you don't believe that you deserve half and he didn't give you half, and you signed a prenup, I don't want half, I only want 5%, then I would agree with that. But if you say you didn't deserve half and he gave you half, that don't count, Robin. He deserves half in addition to the money you lost for his money that you lost. So the prenup we didn't need the prenup because the money was gone. Yeah, because you lost it. Give that man his money back. That need to be in a prenup. All money that's due to him that he told you not to give to the friend, and you still gave it to the friend anyway, and you lost all that man money, that needs to be in the prenup, and he deserved half because you got half of his money. It's not his fault you lost it and you didn't get the half. Oh well. But get that man his money back. He played hard in the NBA. Drafted to the Wizards. Okay? Sharice agrees. She's like, you don't think I deserve half? That's right, Sharice. I agree with Sharice. She deserved half. Shout out to Eddie. But I don't like the way it's coming off, the way Robin is making it seem like Juan is going to come after her money, as if Juan didn't, you said you were a housewife, and as if Juan, didn't make you sign a prenup, and then all of that money wasn't yours when you were a housewife. Like he wasn't giving you any of the money, and now I'm making more money than him, so I'm gonna make him sign a prenup. No, Robin. And it looks very bad. It looks like, I don't know. It just looks, to me, it looks bad. The way it's coming out on the show. It makes it look like, I ain't giving him nothing. I'm not giving Juan nothing. He cheated on me. Be putting that clause in there. Don't be with the man, Robin. I feel like don't be with Juan. If you gonna have that much venom for that man and not let it go, don't be with him. And then Giselle saying, yeah, to Ashley, when Robin divorced Juan, Robin name is only on that house. Juan name is no. So that's not a dig at Juan, in my opinion. that Juan could just walk out when he wants to. He can leave. He has no ties to her. And she's sitting up there, the house in her name. I don't know if she's just paying everything or he paying or whatever. But that's not a dig to Juan, because I don't think Juan wants to tie his assets to Robin. And just like Robin said, you know, Juan's credit is not good, because when they foreclosed on the home, his credit was messed up. Yeah, but you lost his money, Robin. So he probably like, I'm not putting my name on this next home. He probably suggested that. Since my name is messed up from that home that you lost my money in, you be by yourself on this home. You don't know what that man is planning. But don't try to embarrass him on, you know, on the scene, on the screen, on TV. Because I kind of do feel like a little bad for Juan, because it looked like Robin trying to make it seem like he's with her for the money. Don't do that, Robin. Okay. Robin not inviting Wendy to her family event, family play day. I think that was very rude. I'm not saying Robin should have invited Wendy, but you didn't have to invite everybody and not invite her in front of her face. Now that is petty and that was rude. And I don't think what happened last year warranted you doing that to Wendy, especially when it comes to the kids. Now, if you wasn't inviting the kids and you invited everybody to something, and Wendy, you didn't invite Wendy, that's still rude, but I feel like, all right, that would have been okay. But to not invite the kids in front of her, everybody else, children were involved, I thought that was kind of petty. That's just my opinion. And I think it's a character flaw. You so mad at her that you don't want to invite her kids to something, which is within your right. You don't have to invite Wendy or her children to anything, but to do it in her presence and invite everybody and not invite her while she's sitting there, I don't think that is right. I don't think that's right. So that's just my opinion about that. Okay, now this is what I really want to talk about, and it is about Giselle and this Chris issue. Now, this is a very touchy subject, and Giselle is a messy queen. Okay, Giselle is messy. How and ever. If Giselle says that Chris made her feel uncomfortable, then we have to take her word for it. And here's why. Because you cannot prove that she didn't feel uncomfortable. And Giselle is very, very intelligent. And I think she knows what she's doing. And she said Chris came back to her room. Her glam was gone. He didn't do anything to me, which she did say. He didn't touch me. He didn't say anything. She just felt uncomfortable. And if she says that she feels uncomfortable, you have to take her word for it. I look at it like this. If somebody calls out from work and they say, oh, I'm not feeling well today, I have a headache, you can't prove that they don't have a headache. So you have to take their word for it. Now, if they say, oh, I can't come to work, I was shot today, that's something that you can prove. But if they say they don't feel well, they have a headache, you can't prove it. So Giselle is right if she says that Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Now, I remember in season 6, episode 2, when they played that game over Karen's house that I did not like, and Ashley asked the question, if your husband was attracted to one lady in your friend group, who would it be? Candace, and I like Candace. Candace, my girl. And Chris said Giselle. Some people may not look at it like a big deal. I look at it like a big deal. He is a married man, and his answer should have been the same answer that Wendy and, what's Wendy's husband's name? Wendy and Eddie gave. I think Wendy and Eddie gave the best, nobody. Because when you play with stuff like that, things like this happen. And it makes it more believable. That's just my opinion. Mia, oh, you so insecure. No, Wendy is not insecure. That's right, Wendy. Eddie, you better not say nobody. Nobody. Me. That's it. He's not attracted to nobody. Don't say that. Mia and Gordon, I believe they like to have fun and bring people in their relationship. I think that's what Mia said. Don't quote me, allegedly. Michael and Ashley as well. Everybody is not the same. So when Candace and Chris both said Giselle, it could have made Giselle feel uncomfortable. That's why you don't play games like that. Because when things happen like this, and Candace said, well, he looks at you, Ashley, and Robin as a sister. No, he don't. He said it. If you were attracted, it would be Giselle. He don't look at Giselle as no sister, Candace. I'm just saying, he doesn't. He said it and you said it. If he was attracted to, it should have been nobody. Just like Wendy's answer. Nobody. Now, what was it? 4 years ago when Giselle was talking about Chris and his penis, she was out of line for that. And Sharice was saying the same. She's out of line. And that was the time for you to say to Giselle, Candace, not today, Satan. Not today, neck. And not today, ankles. You should have checked Giselle, because Giselle should have never been speaking on Chris in that way, because that's your husband. She should have never felt comfortable joking and laughing about it, because it wasn't a joke. I didn't think it was funny when she was saying it and she kept referencing it. And that's your whole husband. No, you should have said something to her and stopped her at that point. And it still doesn't negate the fact that she didn't feel comfortable with him being in that room. And Chris should not be discussing anything about his wife in a room with Giselle by himself. It's unacceptable. If Candace wasn't invited or Candace wasn't there, Chris shouldn't have been there. But Giselle's so nosy. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? We'll talk about it later. And she wanted to get information that she was willing to get information. Oh, I felt, then you should have stopped it, Giselle. And Karen made a good point. Giselle, did you ask him to leave? And why bring it up on camera? In Candace's defense, Giselle, if Candace is your friend, why didn't you bring it up to her like you brought it up to Robin when it happened? And that's it. I'm on Candace's side with that. You bringing it all on camera, trying to, malign her husband, as she said, which is true. Because if you felt that way about it, you should have let Candace know, if that's your friend, when it happened. But you didn't. So it's given you doing it for a storyline. And I don't care if the show did ask you to bring it up on camera. Some things is off limits. Don't do that. Messing up that man's reputation like that. He's a GM, and you said he didn't do anything. You just felt uncomfortable. Then you should have told his wife when it happened. Just like you telling everybody else. And you trying to say, oh, well, Robin brought it up to the group. I don't care if Robin brought it up to the group. You brought it up on camera. You brought it on camera. Camera. Don't do that. And that's the issue I'm having with Giselle. It couldn't have been that bad. And then when you get, like they said, when you get to the spring fling, oh, hey, Chris, hugging. No, it's no, just like you treated Wendy. Get off me. Don't talk to me. You should have been to Chris. Same way. Oh, no hugging. Like you did to Wendy. That same energy. So that's how I feel about the situation, And like Karen said, you got to be careful as a group. And these certain games y'all be playing, like that game, I thought that was inappropriate in my opinion. Maybe I don't know. I didn't think that was a good game. And now this happening is his word against her word. And he admitted it. Maybe I did make her feel uncomfortable. So he did admit that part. And Giselle, if she said she felt uncomfortable, she felt uncomfortable. That's how she felt. If Candace doesn't want to be her friend anymore, oh well. I agree with Candace for not wanting to be Giselle's friend, because Giselle, you could have brought it to me as a friend. Don't bring it up on camera and mess up our, his livelihood, her livelihood. I don't agree with that.